Hey everyone! Welcome back to Carden's Gardens. I'm Lauren Carden, and today I'm going to show you how to make a super quick and easy macrame plant holder so that you can hang plants from your ceiling and live in a viney jungle with all of the plants around you. And especially important, I'm also going to show you how to install hooks from your ceiling without putting any holes in the ceiling, which is very important if you're a renter like me, or if you own your own home. I'm sure you don't want holes in your ceiling as well. So if you're excited to see that, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and keep watching. But first, before I get started with the video, I just want to say I know that I haven't been posting very many videos lately, but I wanted to give social media really the time and space that it needed for minorities and people of color to speak out and share their stories about what they've gone through and how racism has impacted their lives. I realize that I'm a white person and I have not experienced racism firsthand towards me, and it is not my place to share my personal stories because this is a time that we need to sit back and listen. And I just want to say that I am here. If you would like to get in touch with me in the comments, in the DMs, I'm here to listen and learn and recognize that I am not perfect, and there may have been times that I have been ignorant to things, and I just want to make myself available to anyone that needs it. So I know that you didn't come here to hear my personal viewpoints on what's happening in the world, but I did want to share that because I really do think that it's an important movement that's happening. So without further ado, let's hang some plants. Like I said, this plant hanger is so easy to make. You really only need some yarn, which I'm gonna be using knitting yarn. I prefer jute or hemp, but I'm out, so this will work just fine. I'm also gonna use some scissors. You can even use a knife if you don't have some scissors. And then obviously you want a plant to hang up there. I would try to pick something that would trail down, like this neon philodendron, because once the vines get long enough, they'll start to grow down and it'll just really give your home the feel of a jungle, which is what I'm going for in my life. And then the next part's optional, but you can put some sort of tray under the plant so that when you're watering it, you don't have to move it. You can just water it and the tray will catch the water underneath and it won't drip. If you don't have one of these, which are like really cheap at the garden store, you guys, very easy to get. But you could even just, if you want to upcycle, I prefer to use a candle lid because they're shiny, they're pretty, and when I have them, I just feel like, why throw that away when I can use that? So the first step is to measure out 8 pieces of yarn that are double the length of what you want your plant holder to be, and then just add on like 2 inches. And also keep in mind that if you want these little tassels at the end, which I think are really cute, make sure that you include that with your length. Now you can use a tape measure for this. You can get really specific with it, but what I do is I just take the yarn and I hang it from the ceiling and see how long do I want the plant hanger to be. And then I'll just measure that out and double the length. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nature isn't perfect, and I really feel like your plants don't need to be perfect either. It just kind of adds to the natural jungle if they aren't exactly the same height or anything like that. And then once you have your 8 pieces of yarn, just fold them in half so that they're doubled over on themselves, and you'll tie a little knot up at the top. That's gonna be the loop that you hang from the hook from the ceiling. And I just wanna say before I get into making this plant holder that I might have mentioned in the beginning, it's a macrame plant holder. I'm not gonna be using actual macrame to make this plant hanger. You can, and you can make some beautiful plant hangers, but for me, this has been the quickest and easiest method that I feel looks just fine in my apartment to hang plants. I can make these in like 5 minutes, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. There are tons of other tutorials out there on how to make some pretty elaborate macrame. So if you are interested in those, just do a quick search. But this one's gonna get you through and be able to be a quick, cheap, and easy alternative for you. All right, so now we have 8 pieces of yarn folded in half, equaling 16 pieces of yarn dangling down. What are we gonna do with all of this yarn? First, we're gonna find somewhere to hook our loop to, and it's not gonna be the ceiling because we're gonna wanna tug on it pretty hard when we're making our knot. So I recommend maybe a hook in the bathroom, your front door, a nail on the wall that you have. You can even tape it to a table, a box. You can even hook it to your toe if you don't have anything else. That's how I'm gonna be making my plant holder, just because why not? Once you have your loop anchored to your hook or your toe or whatever you're using, separate out the 16 strings into 4 groups of 4. Take one of the groups of string and tie a knot about a little over halfway down the length of the yarn. That's going to act as a measuring point for the rest of your knots. Take the other 3 groupings of yarn and tie a knot in each group at the same point that you did on the first grouping. Once you have 4 knots, you're going to separate the 4 strings at the bottom of each knot into groups of 2. And one of the groups of 2 is going to get tied to one of the groups of 2 from the neighboring string. So you can see here that I'm just separating the groups of 4 into 2 and then tying them off. And then again, that first knot is going to be your measuring point for the rest of your 3 knots. And then to complete the plant holder, all you have to do is tie one more big knot at the bottom and let your fringe hang. And that's it. It's as simple as that to create a really cool looking macrame plant holder. And how I actually hang my plant holders are with command hooks. They're super easy, non-damaging, and very sturdy. I got a pack of 2-pound command hooks, and you can see I have multiple different plants up here hanging from them, and they've all been fine. I got these at Target, and they were maybe $8 for a pack of 10. Oh, this is a pack of 8. $8 for 8. It's not bad though. And they're 2-pound weights. I don't know if I've said that, but again, these are life-changing. Command hooks come with this little piece of adhesive and a naked hook. And you're just going to peel back the adhesive. Now one side is for the wall and one side is for the hook, so just pay attention. The black side is typically the one that goes on the wall. So peel off the side that goes on the hook first, and be careful once you stick it on because it will be stuck. But line it up with the edge of the hook and just press it on there really well. The packaging recommends clean off the surface, let it dry, and then peel back the adhesive and stick it onto the surface. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've already cleaned my ceiling, so I'm just going to peel back the sticky and apply the hook. I'm going to just stick this up here, right in line with my other hook. And I want it to be pretty close because I kind of want them to be a little more bunched together. So now that it's up there, I just go ahead and press it in really well. Oh, and one important thing that I forgot to mention, make sure you get the ones with the metal hook that swings down. If you're just getting the plastic ones, they won't work for hanging from the ceiling. So you want to swing that hook down and just give it a gentle tug. Make sure that it's secured up there. You don't want to rip it down. It's only a 2-pound hook, but give it a good tug and make sure it's stuck. Mine is. So now it's time to hang the plant. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna put the hanger up first by the loop, and then I'm gonna put the tray in the plant hanger so that I have an open base for my plant to sit in. I've tried to put the plant and the base in there before, or the plant and then the base, and a lot of times you can end up really hurting the plant, or I've actually dropped a plant and had it spill out before. So that's just the easiest way that I've found to do it, is to hang the hanger, then the base, then the plant. Doing this with one hand is extremely challenging. There we go. Once it's in there, it should feel secure. It shouldn't feel wobbly. Your 4 knots will support the plant hanger, and you can see these knots are up here. If this was a bigger dish, it would take up more space and these knots would be lower down. So this supports a pretty big base if you wanted to put a bigger plant or a bigger water dish under it. So now, this is where we're going to put our neon philodendron. Well guys, there you have it. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave in the comments below what you plan to do with your plants. Are you hanging any plants? What kind of plants? Are you able to send me pictures of your plants? Let's talk plants down in the comments, and if you're not already subscribed, please be sure to hit the red subscribe button for more plant-related videos. And I'll see you next time on Carden's Gardens. Bye!